How was cricket invented? As the second most popular game in the world, cricket engages 2.5 billion fans worldwide to watch the action of bats flying, wickets tumbling, and runs soaring. But did you know it wasn't till the early 18th century that cricket got its game rules as an international sport? Yes, your beloved game of cricket, despite being widely known as originated from a shepherd's game of bat and ball, has a prolonged history of evolution. But how was cricket invented and spread to different countries of the world? Let's dive in to find out. Unlike other sports, cricket has several theories about its origin, telling us how it began. One theory says that cricket developed from medieval England's existing bat and ball games. These games might have had different names and rules, but they all focused on hitting a ball with a stick and defending a target. But it's most widely accepted that cricket evolved from games with shepherds in southeastern England played as bat and ball. At first, the shepherds used the sheep enclosure fence as wickets, which were hit with pebbles or balls made of wool. Then, to resist the ball, the shepherds started using their crooks as bats. How easily they created your heart's favorite recreational joy with little stuff available to them. By now, it's clear that the bat and ball game started in the lush green pastures of southeastern England with pebbles or wool ball with an action of hitting. Wasn't born overnight. Back in history, when there weren't official rules or fancy equipment, many local games existed in England, each with its own twist. The word bat was used in Old English for a stick. These early bats looked more like hockey sticks, but they were perfect for hitting balls and rolling them on the ground. This technique was known as underarm bowling. Over time, pitching or throwing the ball replaced the old ways of underbowling. The change in the bowling action course also changed the shape and weight of the bat, so that it could hit the higher and faster ball more perfectly. The same happened with the wickets. Today's three-stump wicket transformed the original single upright post, making it a more challenging target for the batsman. These gradual changes gifted us with a more standardized version of cricket. With its clever use of everyday objects, the shepherd's simple pastime slowly transformed into the complex and exciting sport we know and love today. It was in the 16th and 17th centuries that cricket's popularity in England exploded as an adult's game. The love for the game got so strong that the first documented cricket match was actually played in 1646 in Kent. Soon, cricket became such a widespread obsession in the late 1600s that people were fined by the church for playing cricket. Could the church stop it? No. The cricket passion fueled the rise of village cricket teams, where communities bonded over friendly matches. The county teams emerged, featuring the best players from specific regions. Then, cricket got its official rules. The Star and Garter Club took the first step in 1744 by establishing the very first written laws of cricket. They defined several rules like the pitch size as 22 yards, the wicket size as 22 inches tall and 6 inches wide, and the ball weight between 5 to 6 ounces. This marked a turning point, transforming cricket from a collection of local variations into a more standardized sport. But hold on, these weren't universal rules. Founded in 1787, Marylebone Cricket Club, or MCC, stepped in to standardize the game. The MCC prepared the first official rule book of cricket laws, which helped everyone to play the game by following uniform guidelines. The standardized rules redefined everything from pitch size to wicket setup, and what makes a batsman out. Besides this, the laws of MCC also impact gameplay. It was MCC that introduced third stump wickets and defined the pitch quality at the national level. These rules proved the most favorable for the batsman. They could now hit the ball more easily and make more runs. Did it do anything for bowlers? Don't worry, they weren't left behind. They quickly adapted to the changes, and new bowling styles emerged. For example, the bowlers introduced the round arm bowling style, where the arm went higher during the delivery. The new style made the ball faster and more difficult to hit. This change balanced the game again, and the batsman couldn't make scores that easily. Thus, the standardization of Marylebone Cricket Club paved the way for cricket's global journey, which ensured that everyone played by the same basic principles. So, did the evolution stop there? No. New techniques and strategies kept emerging, which shaped cricket into the dynamic sport that you know and love today. But we still wonder how this English pastime became a global phenomenon. The credit goes to the British Empire. With British colonization, cricket spread like wildfire wherever the British went. The British sailors, soldiers, traders, and administrators took their bats and wickets with them. Soon, cricket pitches popped up across Australia, India, Africa, and the Caribbean, spreading throughout the entire world. In Australia, cricket arrived with the arrival of the first colonists in 1788. In 1803, the first cricket match was played in Australia. It quickly became so popular in the region that convicts and settlers both loved it as their pastime favorite, so they formed several cricket clubs. By the early 1800s, organized matches were part of everyday life. Australia not only embraced cricket, but also fostered it. Australia's harder and bouncier pitches gave cricket a distinct style that focused on fast bowling. Thus, cricket, despite being a colonist sport, gained a strong national identity in Australia. In India, cricket's journey started in 1751 with the arrival of British East India Company sailors. Initially, it was only soldiers and administrators who played this sport in their leisure time. However, this hit-to-run game started to capture the hearts of the local Indians gradually. The unique blend of strategy and skill in the game resonated with Indian audiences. This is why cricket became a national obsession for Indians after independence. The shared passion of Indians united the diverse nations of the subcontinent, which resulted in the production of legendary players and fiercely competitive national teams in both India and Pakistan. In Caribbean islands, the cricket's arrival is similar to that of Australia and India. It was introduced by British colonists in the 18th century, but adopted with a twist. The slaves readily adopted the game as they found a sense of freedom and expression on the cricket field. After freedom, cricket became a source of pride and national identity for Caribbean nations. This is the reason you find a distinctive batting style in the cricket of Caribbean regions. Yes, it's the Caribbean style that has produced the sport's greatest hitters. And the passionate Caribbean crowds don't hesitate to electrify the atmosphere during international matches. South Africa has been more eager to adopt cricket. No, not British, but Dutch settlers brought cricket to South Africa in the 17th century. However, as we said earlier, it was British rule in Africa during the 19th century that truly flourished the game, thanks to the game laws formed by the Marylebone Cricket Club in England. In South African culture, the history of cricket reflects the country's social and political situation. After overcoming the unfortunate era of apartheid, South Africa's cricket team became stronger and more successful. This is why today's cricket has talented players from different races in South Africa. By now, you know how cricket has established its deep roots in British colonized countries. But how did it spread to other countries of the world? People from the British colonized regions carried their love for cricket with them when they traveled or migrated around the world. These migrants from cricket-playing nations introduced the game to their new homes, influencing local customs and playing styles. Eventually, cricket needed a governing body after getting its recognition from different countries. And this happened soon. In 1909, the International Cricket Council was formed, which united cricket-playing nations under one umbrella. The ICC set international playing standards and regulations after apprehending their unique playing styles, took responsibility for organizing major cricket tournaments like the Cricket World Cup, and facilitated international tours and matches. The formation of the ICC fostered international competition, which pushed the boundaries of skill and strategy. Today, the ICC still plays its central role in the growth and development of cricket around the world. The global expansion of cricket throughout the history of the sport wasn't a one-way street. Each country adopted this thrilling game and infused it with its own cultural flair. Today, this rich tapestry of styles and traditions is making cricket such a fascinating and diverse sport. No matter what stories you hear about how cricket began, it started in England, and the British introduced it to the world. But each nation adopted it in its own style. Today, cricket is thrilling its fans without caring about their language, culture, or political differences. They all speak the same language of cricket that MCC formed by standardizing this game, and they love it, knowing no boundaries. Let us know in the comments which country's cricket style and history you find most interesting. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.